Okay, start streaming. This thing should be live. It is not live yet. That is shocking. Oh, now it is. Hello to anybody who is already in the stream. Not sure if there are any, as I just went live. Carl, what is up, man? Hello. Lele Lime. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. What is up? Very edible mouse. You're the edible mouse guy. My puppy agrees with you. I just give him the mouse and he fucking chews on the clicks. Very interesting stuff. I gotta make a TikTok of that. Xavier, King Connor, how's everybody doing, man? Hold on, let me pop out my chat. Gotta always do that. Okay. Have you seen the Optimum Tech mouse? I did. That was very similar to the modded M2K I had, like in the idea, like with the contact points. I made a video on a mouse mod kind of similar to that a few months ago. Ola, 3-finger death punch. How is it going? Hello, bro. I got the random Frank P mouse. That is good to hear. Should have gone the Boardsy mouse, but I can't shame that. Did any of you guys see Random Frank P's video about him like rebranding? That's some crazy shit. And also, did anybody get the Boardsy mouse? That is first and foremost top priority. Just got the mini Zebra edition yesterday. So based, man. I'm using a mini Zebra edition right now with the Pulsar Super Grip, which I'm gonna review soon. I just wanted to use it for a while to like test the durability. Nice beard growth. Thank you. It's coming along. It's been a few weeks of not shaving. It's definitely a different lifestyle, but giving Bad Seed Tech a run for his money. How fast did it sell out? Surprisingly, on the Pulsar website, the medium sold out in like 20 minutes. Then the mini sold out like overnight. But there's still stock of both sizes on Max Gaming. I put the link in the stream description, but I guess I'll pin it as well. Why not? Fuck. Give me a Boardsy mouse. The highest chance of that is if you come to Boardsy Fest in Brooklyn, but I am doing some online giveaways. I could give one away this stream. I'm sure people would be very interested in that. But let me pin this comment first. Is there stock on Zerk gaming mods? Yes, for all the UK blokes. Too bad Max Gaming doesn't ship to the UK, but you can get it from Zerk gaming mods, as was just mentioned. Shinozu. Shout out to the UK, man. Crafted Mice final based review. It's not my top priority, but I definitely I should be getting one in the future. But he's only like doing private sales, which is I just don't know if it's like popular enough. How are you? I'm doing great, man. Mouse launched yesterday. Got a lot of content coming up soon. Live streaming, which is my favorite activity in the entire world. So it's like I couldn't be much better. How's the Super Grip? It's really good. It feels similar. If any of you guys have had a Piranha Mouse Mods 3D printed mouse, the grips that he provides, which is like similar to badminton tennis grip, basically. It's just like super sticky and grippy. But one thing I was concerned about is like just dust and just shit like that getting stuck and it just losing its grip over time, which hasn't happened yet, but that's why I haven't reviewed it quite yet. But it's really thin, great grip tape. Nice beard, thank you, man. Getting more comments saying that every stream. It's convincing me to continue to grow it out. My X2 Mini Boardsy edition came today. That is superb to hear. How are you liking the mouse? A lot of the feedback so far has been good. There's a lot of people who've been liking the the fucking Huano Blue Shell Pink Dots. Any Final Mouse clones? There is one from Keychron, I believe, but it's like a Chinese mouse. I should be getting it in soon. It's a bit larger, but nothing that's really quite an exact clone of Final Mouse. Have you ever had any issues with the X2 Mini scroll wheel? Honestly, not that I can recall. Like one crafted base is overpriced, is it? I didn't even know about that. Thoughts on Lamzu Sapphire skates? I still haven't tried them. Every stream, people are asking me about them. I'm like, I don't know. I could have definitely gotten them by now, but I'm just not a big Sapphire skate guy. What do you think What do you think of Logitech? Will they release anything new? They definitely should. I would love to see a Logitech mouse this spring, but Logitech, their stuff usually gets leaked, and there's nothing aside from a G Pro shell with USB-C that's been leaked so far. So I don't really know. Do you play Minecraft? I do not, bro. How's the Zowie EC3C? Watch my review of it. I posted around a year ago. It's a great wired mouse, but nothing I would recommend, especially over the Death Error V3 wired edition, which is like $70, just better in every way. Aside from the shape, which is smaller. How is the ES1 and ES2? ES1 feels like a pad that's just played out, like a not really unique surface at all, but the ES2, which I'm using right now, is definitely a top-tier cloth pad. Kind of like a similar surface to the GSRC. It obviously feels different because of the alpha cell base and just way higher quality. So I'm going to be reviewing it soon. I want to use it for a long time because I like using cloth pads to see if they wear down. Brenton, what is up, man? Beard, wow, shocking, man, just like you. How is the battery life on the Wizo? I honestly don't know. It seemed around the same as other 3395s. Like, I just did not use it long enough to have a hard opinion on it. It seemed pretty average. Is it bad to use glass skates on a SkyPad? Very bad. It's just going to be a very scratchy feeling, and it will probably ruin the big glass pad. When are you going to get a monitor arm? Probably pretty soon. I already have one that I just need to mount it on. I was going through a monitor crisis, though, and I was like, I didn't know if I was going to return this, but the AQN 1440p 360Hz is the perfect monitor. I need to make a video on that soon. How is the HTX? It's really good. I'm going to make a video on that tomorrow, actually. But yeah, it's just it's a top-tier small mouse. Do the setup reviews again? I definitely should. I will do another setup Sunday on YouTube. I just have to think of a way to do it that doesn't result in me being like an hour behind on setups, because there are just so many submissions and I just don't really know how to combat that. Are the super grips good or normal grips similar? They're definitely different, and I would say better than rubberized grip tape, like stuff from BTL in terms of grippiness, but I just don't know how they hold up over time. Fuck. God, lots of messages. Are CorePad skates good with the SkyPad? Yes, man. Asus. Yeah, this is the one Asus product that I really stand behind. It's like SteelSeries with the Apex Pro. Some companies make a lot of products, and sometimes only a few of them are fire. And I feel like that's how Asus is with this monitor, because their old 1080p 360Hz, it's literally a dirt monitor, but this is beautiful. Getting a lot of comments saying to do setup reviews again, and I will say probably not tomorrow, but like next weekend I will do some. Have you tried the Keychron M3? I don't think so, but Mech Keys will be sending me that. How do the Huano Blue Shell Pink Dots in the Borsey edition? They're a bit like, I would say they're sharper and more well-defined, where the Atlantis ones... Maybe I just need water. The Atlantis ones are just a bit like softer of a click. You look like a wolf now. I like it a lot. That is it's a crazy comment, man. Does an arm sleeve help with aim? It depends on the pad. If there's a lot of friction and you're noticing that being an issue with your arm, a sleeve could fix that, but I would say for most people, it's unnecessary. You see the Razer glass pad? I did, and I was honestly shocked that I did not know about that release and I wasn't sent one, but I will be getting one. I can't even talk. I'm just like so personally offended by that. But yeah, I saw Fresh Reviews posted a video and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Razer did a glass pad. How's the motion clarity on 1440p 360? It's the best I've experienced. So compared to Diac, I'm still pretty sure that it's not as good, but I spoke with Optimum Tech about it and he said that the AQN is just more than likely going to be my endgame monitor, so I'm not even going to bother. Motion clarity is good enough, far better than the LG OLED panel. Is the Viper Mini Signature Edition best esports mouse currently? I mean, it's a I'd say it's the best small esports mouse, but there's cases to be made for other ones. I would say something like either flagship from Razer or Logitech is, though. Thoughts on the Glorious Model O? Pretty bad. The Model O2 I did order, which is like their updated version, but it's just so barely improved. It's just like, it's kind of an offensive offering. So I did order one of those because, you know, I'm still not getting review units. Do you like the ES2 pad? Yeah, it's definitely very good cloth pad. Put a lot of time on it now, and it's not really worn down. Who's your favorite reviewer other than you, of course? I would say, like, There are not many guys anymore who I watch like every single one of their videos besides Bad Seed, so I'd have to give it to him. But when it comes to mouse reviews, like Fresh House, I'd say those are top tier guys that come to mind. Setup reviews, I'll send mine. Not today, man. Not today. Hey, Bordsy, where did you get the passion on doing all of these in-depth reviews about peripherals? It honestly, I just started making videos in high school. My first real video was just shit talking the Model O, and then from there it kind of snowballed. You know, I'm reviewing more and more mice, and it got to a point during the pandemic where I was like, wow, I'm just gonna review mice every day. Any chance you will be reviewing Razer's new glass mouse pad? Absolutely, man. What is the mouse closest to the camera? This is the Lenovo Legion M7. It's just a weird, I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese mouse. I don't know if it's available on like American Amazon, but it's kind of just like a Logitech G502 in the shape of the original Death Adder. And it's like $65, has a 33.95. It is like 80 grams, I believe, but it has an infinite scroll function. It's just a weird mouse that a Mech Key sent me as well, so yeah, I'm gonna review it soon, just have it on my desk. Do you feel a difference 8K versus 1K hertz with most games? Absolutely. It's just not, like, you can feel the difference, but it's not going to be a difference that's, like, making you far better at aiming. Looks OEM, the Lenovo mouse? I don't know if it's an OEM shape. Are you still using Lysol cleaner mouse pads? I honestly don't clean my pads too much, just because I have hundreds of pads. That they usually don't get dirty to that point, but when I do, I still do use Lysol. Does the number on the bottom of my Pulsar X2 mean what unit it is? Yeah, they are numbered. Currently for my X2 Mini, I'm just using, they sent me 50 mice, so I'm just using a standard retail unit. Why do you mostly recommend speed mouse pad instead of control? What kind of games do you play most? I mean, I don't really recommend more speed pads than control. Like, the Saturn Pro has been my top recommendation for months. I've been into balanced pads for a while. I don't consider something like a Heian or a hybrid pad like a super speed pad, necessarily. How many units were given to Mac Gaming? I have no idea what the distribution was of units, like, across retailers, but it seemed like Pulsar had less X2 mediums for me, and Max Gaming had less Random Frank P minis, because those, like, sold out instantly. When is the thing in Brooklyn? It's gonna be July 8th. Yo, I have Unit 100. Let's go. That's based as fuck. What do you think about Optimum Tech's vid where he built a mouse? I thought it was really interesting. I watched the entirety of it yesterday. The sensor position did look really low, though, but I'm not sure if that's, like, bad for fingertip. Always interesting stuff like that. I've tried some mods kind of similar to that in the past, though, but it was a wired mouse. Should I go with BTL skates if I'd like Final Mouse stock skates? Yeah, I'd say BTL or ice skates are the top with to replace Final Mouse skates. Did Mechie send you a XJ03? They did, man. I have not gotten to that box yet. Hold on. Do you guys want me to go look for that? We might have a live Chinese mouse unboxing. I just gotta fucking find it in the sea of boxes that is my room. So give me a moment. Never mind. I'm efficient. Okay. Shout out to Gen 3D Tech for inspiring me to find this mouse that I was just simply too lazy to unbox. Where is the chat? Would be shocking. It would indeed. Apparently, the box is just already opened. Okay, what is the deal with this mouse? Let's see what else is in the box. It's basically the base Lamzu is using for the Thorn. I did hear about that, so it's going to be... This is the shape of the Lamzu Thorn. That's an interesting box. Lots of plastic. Lamzu Atlantis or Boardsy Pulsar? And what skates should I get with Pulsar? I would say if you can get... It just comes down to the size, really, that you're going to want. The shape that you prefer. Holy shit. What? There's, like, so much stuff in this box. Are there just random micro switches falling out? I just see TTC golds. This is crazy. Is this a hot swap mouse as well? Any updates on the Zebra Super Glide Pad? Nah, not yet, unfortunately. What mouse are you unboxing? It's some Chinese mouse called the MJ03, I believe. It is hot swap, and this is going to be the shape that the Lamzu Thorn is, supposedly. So, you guys know that mouse coming out. It's like Sub 50 gram wireless from Lamzu. This is apparently the shape. Didn't realize till after I paid it I got the wrong X2 size. Rip me, that is unfortunate, man. Quality on this seems decent. Not sure what the weight is. Why don't you put grip tape on your mice? I actually do. On the G-Wolves HTX, I put some of the Universal Super Grip tape, and I had the stock grips on it for a while. But most mice just don't really call for grip tape, but this one, I would say it does. Bro grew a beard. What the fuck? Yeah, the beard arc. Very shocking. Wait, how does this hot swap work on this mouse? Is there a manual I should be reading? Got like an Allen key? This shit is crazy. Opposite of Axie? What's the opposite of Axie? How good is Lamzu's QC? On the units I've tried, it's good. And the problem I had on the original Atlantis, which was like side mount and post travel, after I mentioned that, all of the units I got like had that issue fixed. So seems like they have pretty good control of their quality. What's your take on the Fresh Collab Super Glide pad? I mean, it's just another different Super Glide design. It is not, I didn't see it and think like, wow, but it's cool. Is that Chinese Ergo any similar to the Outset AX? I will, I wish I had my Outset AX. Hold on. We're going to take another look. See if we can locate this mouse. It's House Gaming is here. Got to give them the most hands-on comparison. Oh shit, is this it? Oh yeah. Shocking. 2 for 2 on finding random mice in my room. You can see how much use that I put on the Outset AX. What headphones are you using? These are DT990s. Asus has a patent on hot swap switches for mice, right? Yeah, apparently it's only the way they do it. Should probably get this cable out of the way a bit. So yeah, it's going to be larger than the Outset AX. Fuck. And it doesn't quite... So dusty? Yeah, that's what happens. You guys don't want to see the state of the mouse collection. Do you still have your focal clears? I do. I do have my broken focal clears. And it's just like... The Outset AX kind of... It's a more sharp decline, if that makes sense. Looks pretty similar. This one... whatever this is called, the MJ03, it kind of feels like the G703 in the back. Versus G703. I have no idea where my fucking G703 is, but that's definitely what I get in the back, and there's a lot of, like, the thumb groove feels pretty natural as well. These clicks are very light, but it's hot swap apparently. I don't know how I go about changing that. I'm sure I'll find that out. Are you using a program for fake beard? What does that even mean? Will G703 ever get updated? I don't know, man. It's looking pretty bleak for it. What mouse is that? This is the... I don't even know the brand, man. The MJ03. Does the box say? The box says, and I feel stupid. Oh, the XJ03. Hold on. This is what it's called. The XJ03. It's available on mechkeys.com. And... there's a lot of shit in the box. That is something worth noting. Did you give out the discount codes for the best stream setup yet? Yeah, but if you won and I missed you, just hit me with a DM and I'll get you the code, because I think I missed 2 people. Does the Artisan Raiden have any spinouts? Supposedly the updated version does not. And put the all of the accessories for this Chinese mouse back in the box. It's only $59 too? Yeah, I mean, some of these Chinese mice... I can't lie, you kind of introduced me to them on your Twitter, and they're just interesting stuff. Did you fix the problem with the new monitor you were having? Yeah, I fixed it by returning that panel. It was just wasn't the vibe. OLED 240 Hz, 1440p, nowhere near good enough. You need 1440p, 360 Hz. But yeah, I did manage to fix that issue, and then I was just like, this monitor's mid regardless. Thoughts on the Death Hour V3 Pro? I'm 6'4" and I have larger hands. It's a great mouse. Every video I've made about it has been speaking really positively of it for people with large hands. Lord Lizef, I just don't understand why you would spam that question so many times. It just doesn't make sense to me. What about Razer Death Adder Mini V2? It's horrible. It is one of the worst mice out there. They should make a Death Adder Mini V3, making the V3 shape a bit smaller. That would be a product that makes sense. But the Death Adder V2 mini shape, it's just not good. It was never meant for American markets. But like Reddit kind of forced them to. Do you think angle snapping is worth using? Is angle snapping going to be the new DPI deviation? Because I saw that video from Carryu, and it was a good video, but I don't know if people are going to start asking about angle snapping now. But I would not generally recommend it. But I mean, if you want to put it on and see if you feel it makes you worse or better, no reason not to do that, you know? Best mouse of this year? So far, it's pretty close. And there's also been a lot of different mice that have launched this year, because could say a Viper Mini Signature Edition, but that mouse is like, there's only 1,300 units, but on paper it's probably the best mouse. Jules HTX, Lamzo Atlantis Mini. I'd say all of those are crazy. Are you doing HTX review? Yeah, tomorrow. That one just got pushed back a while, because I want to get a lot of use on it. Wanted to just get a good sense of the battery life on it. Yeah, I've had that one for a few weeks now. The Haste 2, that's really not that interesting to me. Fake beard? Why are people commenting that? That's unreal. Is Pulsar going to be distributing your mouse to Asia? Pulsar Japan had some units, and Rotobox in the Philippines had units. I don't know if there are any other Asian retailers, though. Mouse needs to make its way to mainland China. Need to fucking throw this plastic away. What mouse is that with the honeycomb? This one is the G-Wolves HTX. We're talking about a different mouse, though. I don't think there are any other mice with honeycombs. Any news on X-Lite V3? Nah, I have no news on the upcoming Pulsar mice. Pulsar X2 Mini boards the best mouse of the year? So true. Locked in one of yours in Mini for Max Gaming. Can't wait to get it. Congrats. Appreciate that, man. It is. I hope you greatly enjoy the mouse. It is a banger product, in my opinion. What about HyperX Pulsefire Haste? I mean, it's a decent wired budget mouse. If you're talking about the wireless version, just wouldn't recommend it because they have a V2 coming out that has a $33.95. But I mean, even then, I just don't think it's really a product that moves the market. HyperX is such a big company that is just so mediocre when it comes to mice. Couldn't cop the board TX2 because I'm broke and already bought 4X2s. Unfortunate, man. When is the ES2 coming back? I don't know. I should get an answer on that as well, probably, before I review it. When's the HTX review coming? Tomorrow. I know it's been a while for that one. I put Juanos and one of my X2s, and it's so nice. Yeah, I had a chance to test out like all different types of micro switches in the X2 show, and I just settled on these. All the feedback I've seen so far has been positive, which is pretty nice considering the state of the X2 clicks in the past. Have Final Mouse said when their 29 gram mouse is dropping? Nah. But I messaged them the other day and they were like, everything's coming soon. So who knows what that means. Can you say EA Sports? What about EA Sports? I'm a big fan of Madden and FIFA. Have you talked about the HTX 4K at all? Yeah, I've said that it's a top tier small mouse. I just don't really like the shape for claw grip, and it's really is a mouse that calls for grip tape. But when you put all of that stuff aside, just like the sub 40 gram wireless mouse, 4K hertz compatibility, there's very little wrong with the mouse. There's a lot of stupid shit though. I mean, I know they provide the adapter in the box, but the fact that it doesn't charge with the same cable that goes into the adapter, it's kind of crazy. You talked about the HSK Pro? I did a review of that a while ago. I'm not a huge fan of the size of that mouse. It's like a mouse for literal babies. Heian or Raiden? I would say Heian. Thoughts on Razer Death Adder V3 Pro? Very positive. Very positive thoughts. Lots of content talking about that mouse already. Is the Artisan Zero worth, or should I just get a Saturn Pro? I mean, it really comes down to which you're going to get first. Saturn Pro, I don't think that's going to be shipping out till like late June, so you could go with a Zero, get that in a few weeks probably. But if you don't mind waiting, I'd say 500 by 500 Saturn Pro is a bit better. How's the Starlight Phantom? I mean, it's a Starlight 12. Yeah, I really like the Kale implementation on that mouse. I didn't have any QC issues on my units, but yeah, I don't know. Lots of the Starlights are pretty much the same besides the early batches. Are those the new Pulsar grips on the X2? They're crazy good IMO. I just wonder what's the durability like. Yeah, I'm in the exact same position. They are the super grips. I like made a tweet about them and everybody was like, when are you gonna review them? But it's just one of those things that I feel like could dust, grime, just generally wearing down over time could be an issue, but out of the box they're super grippy. I don't know if you've had the grips that come with a Piranha Mouse Mods mouse, but they feel very similar to those, like badminton grips basically. It's definitely a good material. Do you want me to send you all the ULX info? Yeah, for sure, you can do that. DM me on Discord. Viper Mini or G402 Hyperion Fury? I can't believe that's a question I'm being asked in 2023. It's like a 2019 mouse question. But I would say Viper Mini, man. Spam or stuff. I will say, I don't want to jinx it, but the spam has not been as bad today as it has been on some other streams. Thoughts on the new pad from Ember Edge? I've heard about that. Is that like a YouTuber pad? I'm not too sure, man. I've kind of gotten out of the mouse pad thing. Would the Razer Orochi be in a top 5 mini mice? Definitely not, like performance wise, but it's a great value. Should I get the X2 Mini for fingertip? I'd say there's really no reason not to. Will any of these mice suit me? When I measure my hand, it's 25 cm. 25 cm from from the base of your palm to your middle finger is pretty crazy. I would say like Death Adder V3 Pro, but even that might feel a little bit small. Zowie FK1 Plus. Yeah, it's a YouTuber pad. It's good, but it's overpriced. The Ember pad. There's a lot of YouTuber pads. There's like Chap. I don't know if you guys remember Chap and like Wildcat. I think they came out with a mouse pad. Just interesting stuff. What is that? Bulbous mouse? This one? That's the Vaxi Outset AX. House asked me to pull it out and compare it to this Chinese mouse. God, a lot of questions. Best lightweight mouse. That's just it's a crazy question. It's like, what's your budget, really? What are your thoughts on the importance of transportation logistics management? I mean, it's important. It affects my life very directly. Imagine logistics just goes astray. I don't know. I'd have trouble receiving products. When Razer GlassPad review? I don't know. I should probably just buy it. I was going to ask them for a unit, but it would probably just be much quicker for me to just cop one on Amazon. Good beard. Ah ha ha ha. That doesn't give me a lot of confidence in your statement. Lamzu Atlantis or Ninjutsu Sora? I would say the Atlantis Mini over the Sora, but the standard Atlantis is just a way different size. Yo, got Dharma Shark M3 yet? I do not, but shout out to Grease, man. You gonna review news on Koenig M2S and M3K when they release? Yeah, whenever that is. I don't know. Is there any inside info on that? I was thinking about messaging IPS Blue, like the CEO, but just haven't gotten around to doing that. How's the Raiden durability? I mean, it seems better on the newer copies, but I haven't put a lot of time onto one to confirm that. It's not like so bad to the point you're gonna want to like stop using the pad after a few months anymore, though. Sounds good, Gen 3D Tech. What are your thoughts on the Ironcat Zero Pro? I actually have not heard about that one. So many Chinese mice, I gotta expand my expertise to. Do optical switches prone to double clicking? No, they're not, man. Outside X feel like a smaller Death Adder V3? Not really, man. High ground mousepad review? Nah, they're just not, como se dice, really good enough to warrant a review. What is the worst expensive mouse you have? That's a good question. I don't know. Probably worst expensive mouse. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. Best mouse under 40 bucks? Probably a Viper Mini. Suggest a budget gaming mouse? I'm going to make a video on budget mice because the top options haven't really changed in years, but I just still get so many questions asking. So I just have to do an updated budget mouse video. Give me an alternative to the Aqua Control 2. I mean, Lethal Gaming Mercury. You could get a Heian if you're looking for a higher quality option. Odin Infinity. I mean, so many pads just use the same exact surface, but I don't feel like that's what you're looking for. Do you remember a SteelSeries 130 gram mouse with a screen on the side? I actually don't. It's like a vague memory of seeing a Reddit post about it. Is M800 Pro good if I'm on a budget? I'm interested in that. I gotta try it out. It could be if they actually address the issues, but Deluxe is very good at making new versions of a product that keep the same old issues. Best mouse for Valorant. Just the best mouse for you is going to be the best mouse for Valorant. So I don't really know what that is. Looking delicious today. Appreciate that. Bad Dragon. The VGN Dragonfly, I think, has a chance to be very good at under $50. Yeah, I mean, that one, it's just a mouse that seems too good to be true. So I'm really waiting to get it in hand to judge it too much. Viper Mini or Asus Tough M3? I would say probably Viper Mini and just like save for a more premium mouse. Do you use any TWS earbuds? No, I don't use any earbuds. I don't believe in IEMs. Those are a mark of the beast. What do you think of Razer Rep saying they most likely won't release any other signature editions of mice? It's not too shocking, considering people didn't seem to love the Viper Mini signature edition. But I think that was mainly due to timing, so I don't know if it's... I don't know. I don't make the decisions at Razer for a reason. What is the best mouse color? Zebra, for sure. No question. Why do wired mice not sell anymore? I feel like there hasn't been any updates to budget mice. I really don't understand why nobody really makes budget mice anymore. But wired mice just don't sell. I mean, maybe they do. That's another thing. It's like, this is a very niche mouse purchasing community. Like, maybe a lot of just average Joes are still using wired mice. Love the beard, love the videos. Appreciate that, man. I'm using a 19 gram modded HSK Pro Ace with a Venus Pro for Valorant. What rank are you? Are you past Ascendant? That is the real question. G304 worth it 2023? If you have better options available, I wouldn't say so. Should I use PMM M2K if I fingertip with straight fingers? I really wouldn't say... like, for fingertip, I just don't think it's that serious. Like, you can get X2 Mini, a Starlight, like a G-Wolf's mouse. I feel like those just provide a better fingertip experience than, like, the crazy light mice with no support, really. But, I mean, that's just me. How's Vaxi XE compared to GPX? I would recommend watching my Vaxi XE review because I compare them then. Can't pull both out now. Have you heard anything about the Lamzu Thorn? No, but apparently this Chinese mouse I have is the shape of the Lamzu Thorn. I don't really know how that works, but it's like the shell they're using or some shit, not the exact same mouse, called the XJ03. But yeah, in terms of the Lamzu Thorn, I don't know when it's dropping. Maybe they're still going to make their like April goal or whatever it was. Setup tour? I mean, it's pretty similar to my last setup tour. I have a few up on my channel, and nothing's really changing aside from like there's gradually less and less room in my room. SteelSeries in Amazon for 30 bucks. What from SteelSeries? It's like SteelSeries in general. Company's $30. Mousepads for Fort. If you haven't tried Fortnite with a Heian, you have to. It's life-changing. What's the white mouse closest to the screen? This is the Lenovo Legion M7. It's kind of like a G502. Has a sniper button, infinite scroll. $65, $33.95, and it's like the shape of the old Death Adder. Optical switches as well. It's just like, it's an interesting mouse. It's nothing crazy though. It's like 70 grams. Controller reviews when? Bro, I have the DualSense Edge. It's the new PS5 controller, and I don't know what to do with it. It's like I could make a review, but I feel like most of the people that watch me don't care about a controller review. But maybe I need to shock the world. Sniper button is terrible. Yeah, I'm not saying it's any good. I'm just saying that is the reality. There is a sniper button. How's it going, Pat? Also, how are you doing, Intel? How's the Minecraft scene going? Any news on the new Final Mouse? Like specific release date news? I don't believe so. Controller review would be extremely shocking. It would, and maybe the controller review viewers would be shocked and begin watching my mouse reviews. Can you show shape difference between X-Try M42 and Pulsar X2 Mini? Unfortunately not. I just no idea where my X-Try M42 is. Good thing there are websites though that do like 3D shape comparisons. You could check like Artings. Yo, Atlans with $2. I appreciate that. Thoughts on the Hayato X Soft? Reviewed it in the past. It's a good pad. I prefer the mid variant of the Hayato. But yeah, it's an extremely comfortable pad, and it's going to be a bit more controlled than something like a Heian. GSRC upgrade? I would say the Pulsar ES2 is pretty similar to that. But you could also go with something like a Saturn Pro and Arsen Zero. But I would say the ES2 is like a similar surface to GSRC. But higher quality. Best grip tape at the moment? I'm still a pretty big fan of BTL grips, but the Pulsar Super grips, which... they're definitely really grippy. I just don't know how the durability is long term, and they are initially going to only launch for the X2, not like universal, not like models for other mice, basically. Need to make a video on the Glorious Model 02, but I'm putting it off. It's such a boring mouse. I mean, yeah, it's like, it's 1 gram lighter than the old Model O wireless. It's like, wow, that's not really that much innovation. They sent it to me like out of nowhere. And I was like, all right, yeah, that's how it feels. It's very like, okay, all right, this is an option, but it's just nothing crazy. Definitely not worth like $20 more than the originals. But I fucking bought one because you know they're not going to send me one. So review on the Glorious Model 02 coming soon. All-time top 3 mice. I mean, number 1, like at the time, it has to be the Superlight mouse released in 2020, and it's still like, it's still up there. Number 2, probably a Death Hour V3 Pro. Then number 3, my own mouse. So troll. Logitech Herman Miller chair overrated. It's definitely overpriced. I don't know if it's a bad chair, but I would say a Steelcase Leap V2 is definitely better value. Just anything refurbished. Have you played Elden Ring? I have not, man. That's not my cup of tea. If you haven't bought it, yeah, I can send you a unit they gave me. Nah, I bought it already. I appreciate that offer, though, man. Are they going to restock your mouse? I missed the drop. It's literally available at the pinned comment on the stream. It's available at Max Gaming still, but I don't think it's going to be restocked on Pulsar since they sold out. And there are some other countries that still, like, their retailers have units. Did you get any issues with the HTX? Like, the mouse itself, no. The battery life is pretty poor. The click quality is not the greatest, but I don't have any like concrete issues with it really. What are your thoughts on Random Frank P quitting? He's not. That was just like a clickbait video. Not clickbait, but he's like rebranding. He's rebranding to Frank James, which like that just seems like a fever dream. Like Random Frank P is not Random Frank P anymore. He's Frank James. But yeah, I watched the whole 30-minute video. I mean, I get it. It definitely does seem like the YouTube algorithm has changed. Definitely the shorts algorithm. Like, you can look at my channel's shorts views. It was like millions, like hundreds of thousands of video. Then one day, like, they announced that they're monetizing shorts. And then, boom, every short goes to like 30K max. It was the weirdest thing I have seen. So, I mean, I get Random Frank P being like, this YouTube shit's weird. He's been a veteran for a long time, though. Extrafy not in India? Unfortunate, man. Yeah, I watched the whole 30 minutes too. Let's go. Big Random Frank P fans out here. Why do you use a Heian over Hayato? It's just because I feel like if my first artisan pad was the Hayato, I would prefer it over the Heian, but I mean, I've just put so much time on the Heian, I'm just really comfortable with it. It's just what it comes down to. Nothing. Source 2 this week? I don't know. But the new CS news, it's like a new game potentially. It could be dope. Is that an outside AX? Yeah, it is. My unit, as you can probably see, has a fair bit of dust on it. I just pulled it out for a comparison with this Chinese mouse. What's the best pattern for BTL mouse grips? I don't know. They have some cool ones for the super light, but need to get them to make some zebra grips. How do you mount your mic? It is on a Rode PSA 1 arm. It just mounts to my desk in the background, and then just, shocking. Do you check out Optimum Tech's custom mouse? Yeah, I did watch that video. New super lights soon? I don't know, man. Only Logitech knows. Whenever that shit does come out, I will not get a unit, though. I can tell you that much. Jet is in Source 2. Shocking. Should I try out HTX or MZ1? I would say HTX for sure. That is going to be just a better offering. MZ1 shape is more interesting, but that's really about it. MMO mice are lacking. That is a fine. I don't think anybody is too hurt over that. Probably not, Tam. I would just, like, getting the regular Saturn for, like, half the price right now. It's not going to be too big of a difference. Why do most FPS streamers use the G Pro X Superlight? Because it's just it was the basic mouse. It's like, you know, if you wanted to get the best, most premium mouse in, like, late 2020, entirety of 2021, good amount of 2022, you just got the Superlight. So it was like, you know. Do you have your PC on the ground? Yeah. Still no HTX review. It's literally dropping tomorrow. My guy over here looking like Aiden Ross. That is not what I've heard before. Does mousepad really matter? To an extent, I would say so. Like, having a mousepad that you're comfortable with and is high quality is definitely something that you'll appreciate long term, but you can still perform well with a shitty mousepad. Jesus, man. In what world is it a good idea to spam a question asking what the best mouse is for your hand size? It's just IKEA pad on top. I heard there are new IKEA pads, but for the price, it's hard to knock the IKEA pad. Order placed for the Zebra Pulsar. Let's go, man. If anybody has the mouse, very keen on feedback. Feel free to post a review, like retweet it or some shit. But yeah, if IKEA has a new pad, I might have to go and check it out. Are thin skates a problem on the Xsoft? It kind of can be. If you have like thin skates and it's 4 corner skates, it'll be a bit scratchy for sure. Trying to buy the boards you want and sell my Bruce Lee Edition X2? I mean, if you would prefer the boards you want, say so. In terms of click feeling, if you're not a huge fan of the opticals, I would say go for it. Especially if you can make a few dollars, but I wouldn't say it's necessary. Was the monitor upgrade worth it? It was. Worth it is not even the way to describe it, because I was going through a monitor crisis. I tried the LG OLED panel first. I thought it was bad. I thought I was never going to find a monitor, but literally a second I plugged in the AQN, I realized that it was the monitor for me. So I give it my wholehearted recommendation, but I also wouldn't recommend spending over $1,000 on it. Like, I think it's like $1,400 or some stupid shit on Amazon. I would wait for it to be cheap, but the fact I got it for $750 just felt like a gift from God. I need to make a video on it. Definitely. If I press too hard with the dot pads on my Zero Soft, it would scrape. Yeah, that makes sense. Thoughts on the Eve Spectrum? Scam. Like, Eve is not going to ship out a monitor. People should just give up on that. What budget wireless mouse do you recommend? Define budget. Like, super cheap wireless mice, I would say maybe an M800 Pro, a Rochi V2. But I mean, people's definition of budget are different. Any more Chinese reviews in the pipe? Yeah, VGN Dragonfly, I don't know when that mouse is actually coming out. I'm sure MechKeys will send me one when it does, though. This right here is called the XJ03. It's actually a Chinese mouse, similar shape to the Lamzu Thorn, which is supposed to come out soon. I'll probably review it. Apparently it's hot swap as well. And this is the Lenovo M7 Legion, which, so yeah, two more Chinese mice. Magnesium Vancer mouse? I didn't even hear about Magnesium Vancer mouse. Is that the Pro model? Boardsy Fest? It's July 8th. So it will be happening same place as last year. How did you get it for $750? I have no idea, man. I saw it was posted on Amazon for that price, and I was like, fuck it, I am just buying this. It was a brand new one as well. I don't know if it was a mistake, but whatever it was, took advantage of it. Razer Glasspad review? Yeah. One will be coming. Now I'm getting an Arabic message spam. This shit is crazy. You think gaming mice have hit their innovation peak? I don't know. It's hard to say. I obviously hope not. But I mean, it is like, I don't know, maybe Final Mouse will change the game, but even so, that's only getting a mouse like 10 grams lighter than something like the HTX. And I don't know if the 0 gram mouse is actually the goal, but it'll be interesting. Not with how people think. True. Somebody like Rocket Jump Ninja could just completely reinvent the mouse. How are the super grips? Very good. I'm just not concerned, but I'm wondering how they're going to hold up over time. They're really similar to stuff like badminton grips or tennis grips, so just very grippy. Sort of feels like innovation isn't the same as 2 years ago and wireless mice became mainstream. I agree. But then again, like when you look at the mice, like the shitty wired mice that released in 2021, like every mouse coming out now would have been the best mouse during that time. So it's hard to say like what's going to be the deal in 2 years. Do you see Optimum Text video? Yes, I should have made a pinned comment saying I saw Optimum Text video. Many questions about that. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool idea. I don't know how much better he would perform with that than something like an HSK Pro, which seems like a lot less work, but I mean, it was definitely a great video idea. Fingertip grip mice are the future? I mean, I just can't get behind them. I've tried them for a while now, starting with the original M1K like a few years ago, and I just don't think it's better than a full-size mouse for fingertip. Hello, Mr. Beardsy. What is up, Polars? Mice will be replaced with a device that uses your mind? Hopefully not. It's harder to review those. How long do you think the GPX is going to be viable for? I mean, the original G Pro Wireless came out in 2018, and that's arguably still viable. And that's like coming up on 5 years at this point. So I would say, I mean, GPX has many more years of viability remaining. XM1R, Death Hour V3 wired? I'd say Death Hour V3 wired, but it depends on the shape, of course. Are you going to get the new M800 Pro for review? I am, man. What's a good smaller or shorter S2? There aren't any, like, direct options on the market that come with the S2 shape. It's pretty different, but I could say, like, an X2 Mini. We get ready for the day. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Peace out, man. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day. Mouse with an AI. True. AI. That's actually a crazy idea. AI assisted, like, cursor placement. Market it to help people with, like, Parkinson's, but in reality, it's just aimbot. It's $1 billion idea. GameSense Meta is like it? That's true, actually. GameSense Meta is, but I don't think I would even recommend that over an S2. It's unfortunate. GameSense seemed to stop making mice. So, like, aimbot? Yeah, but it's, like, it's built into the mouse with AI. It's hard to conceptualize. Are you getting your hands on the Spacer grips? Yeah, I think he's gonna send me some out when when the next batch is ready. Worst expensive mouse you want? I still don't have a good answer for that. It was probably like, oh shit, it's that $400 mouse that's like proven to stop arthritis. What was that called? Some people will remember that review. It was like they got some doctor to back it and say that it would stop carpal tunnel. Forget the name of it though. That mouse was absurd though. Have you gotten your hands on the Model O2? I haven't, but I ordered one, so I should be getting it in the next few weeks, or few days rather. Pulsar X2 or Lamzu Atlantis? Pretty sure I made a video comparing them. But I mean, with the Mini Atlantis as well, it just comes down to which profile you prefer. Like a flatter side shape. When is the Boardsy Superglide coming? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if it's coming. Have you tried Vaxi mousepad or X10 control pad? Tens uses it. 10 uses an X10 control now. That's kind of funny. The X10 control is the definition of like just a hype pad. Like there's nothing about it that makes it objectively better than any like Artisan or just other Poron pad. I need something for my GPX, so mousepad or glass gates? I would say mousepad. Get a better mousepad. Definitely a more worthwhile investment. Yeah, it is Curopix. The HSK Pro is smaller. Is the Heian worth it, or rather buy a more budget-friendly mousepad? I mean, if the difference in price is significant to you between like a $30 pad, like a $55 Artisan pad, then just go with the cheaper one. But I would say you can get generally a lot more use out of a Heian. Do you think we'll ever see a Viper Mini with 8K polling? And an 8K polling wired edition could make sense. But I don't know. It's very hard to predict what Razer's going to do with the Viper Mini. Do you think that DT990s are overrated? No, because I just think that they're a very solid pair of headphones. I don't think they're the greatest of all time or anything, but for the price, I don't understand why anybody would hate on them. Is your mouse pad out? No. Mouse is still available. HSK Plus is perfection. Interesting definition of perfection. What debounce time do you use on the X2? The lowest. HSK Pro is too small? I agree. Oh, you're talking about the size. I get it now. Is Aqua Control 2 worth it for FPS? Yeah, absolutely. For the price. It's a good pad. Wartooth Vocals isn't the same. I know, I lost my drip. But these are a lot more comfortable as well. They don't like... It's not like you have a pound of metal on your head. The Focals are low-key heavy. And these don't, like, crush my head. Surprised you're not using the Sky Pad at the moment? Yeah, I'm just back on a bit more controlled cloth pad, the ES2, because I wanted to review it soon. It would be fire if you made updated GPX Boardsy edition. Yeah, that is very wishful thinking, because Logitech just does not fuck with me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I will make some additions of pre-existing mice. X2 or V2? V2 what? Viper V2 Pro? What debounce setting? Everybody's asking. Whenever I have the option to turn the debounce setting to the lowest, I use that option. What grips do you have on? These are super grips. Pulsar sent me some copies early. And so far, I have really nothing but good things to say. But the reason I'm not reviewing them immediately is because I want to see how they hold up long term. I don't want to be like, these are the best things since creamed wheat. And the next thing you know, like the grip comes off in a week. Thoughts on the Final Mouse ULX? I mean, seems really interesting whenever Final Mouse is actually like doing a different product. It's always a good time to be in the mouse scene, but I don't have any inside info on it, honestly. What if Razer did a Death Air V3 Pro version? See, the only problem with that is like they did a collab with Faker, and there's like the level I'm at, then there's the level Faker's at. So I'm just not sure if we exactly align in that way, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be coming. Is a large mousepad not XL playable? Like I used a 420 by 330 version of the Super Glide pad, and it was like just barely playable. I just don't enjoy it as much as pads that are at least 420 by 400. What's your Valorant rank? I don't play Valorant, regretfully. If I could have gotten into Valorant when it dropped, I would have 1 million subscribers. Want the centerpiece so bad? Yeah, it should be an interesting launch. I'm looking forward to the Hall Effect version whenever that drops. What's the optimal amount of gamer gunk on your mouse pad? Maximum, because then you get more control. What mouse would you recommend the most for fingertip? Which mouse is the white one pointing at the camera? This is a Chinese one called the XJ03. But for fingertip, my like general recommendation is the X2 Mini. If you're gonna go for a premium mouse, you can get Viper V2 Pro, which is a bit larger, or a Starlight. I'm just not a huge fan of fingertip grip mice, though. Did you like the optical X2? Yeah, you can watch my review of the X2 version, or the Bruce Lee version. Get into the CSGO 2 wave? I will. I'm going to definitely give that a solid shot when it drops. Just got my Fantech Aria yesterday, and it was a great rack. Most comfortable mouse I've used so far. Nice. Happy to hear you are enjoying it. Best super light skates. On mine, I have Tiger Ice, so I will say Tiger Ice. Wait, the Lenovo Legion has infinite scroll? Yeah, man. It's weird. You hear Nachi, and then shocking. Cop that Zebra board mouse. Super hyped for it. Happy to hear that. Hopefully you enjoy it. I mean, the clicks are objectively based, and so is the coding, so is the design. So what's not to love? Yeah, but the Lenovo mouse having infinite scroll, extra side button, $33.95, $65. Like, it's a good deal. What happened to those brown GPX skates? I just took them off. Those were sent to me for testing, and I was like, these are kind of mid. So that was the testing. YouTube title Best Mouse for CSGO 2. I've wanted to make a YouTube short series, like just best mouse for every game, but I just never got around to it. Yeah, that will be coming. Best mouse for CSGO 2. Shit. Got XE wireless, should arrive Monday. Nice, man. It's a pretty popular mouse. Seems that way. It sells out like instantly. Best Starlight skates? I mean, you can still go with Tiger Ice BTL skates. Really, like, high quality PTFE skates, there's not going to be a game changing difference between the brands. Superglide skates are feeling muddy. Any pads that'll fix? I mean, if you've only tried it on one pad, I would recommend trying a different, maybe fresher pad, but I would say generally just get different skates. Do you recommend Superglide skates on the X2 Mini? I actually have not. I've not ever like put significant time on an X2 Mini with Superglide skates. I think PTFE is just generally better. Best skates for D's nuts? Yo mama. Have you heard anything about Razer making a lightweight performance version of a Basilisk? No, and I don't think they will. When is the Atlas review coming out? I don't know. I need to. After this stream, I'm going to order a unit on Amazon. Thoughts on the AimLab Sense Finder? Pretty much a gimmick. Just, you can find better ways to find your sense. Bored and need a new mouse for fingertip. What would you recommend? I mean, if you're really just bored and you want to try something experimental, you could go with like a G-Wolf's fingertip mouse, but I mean, I would say just like X2 Mini or Starlight. Atlantis Mini works as well. Why no Zebra glass pad? We need it. I mean, no Zebra glass pad yet. Nobody knows what the future holds. I feel like there is no best mouse for each game. Yeah, that's like basically the point of making a best mouse for each game series. Because it's just a question I get asked a lot, and I just don't think it really makes sense. Lamzu Atlantis or G Pro X? That's just a crazy question to spam. Do you know about the Flex keyboard? I did hear about that. It seems like kind of similar to the Final Mouse keyboard. I didn't look into it too much, though. Wasn't sure if it was like a Kickstarter thing, but it just... I don't know. I don't know if it's like a confirmed product. I feel like all these questions are the same. Yeah, 90% of them are. You know, that's just... that's how it is. The spam is just what gets me, though. Like, I can handle answering the same question a million times. I seen the Zebra pad in a video. Yeah, Pulsar did send me 2 of them just to like keep. I ordered the IronCat HPC O2M from Taobao. It can't charge. It doesn't work in wired mode. Works only in wireless. What should I do? That's weird. Is there like a wired mode switch on the bottom? Maybe you need to do that. But it not charging is also weird. So maybe you just got a bad unit. Universal grip tape recommendations? Doesn't somebody makes one? Is it BTL? Pulsar is going to come out with one though. I have it here with the super grips, so I think that drops in around a month. That's pretty shocking. Pretty sure the Viper Mini got discontinued. Yeah, I did see it's more expensive on Amazon. They aren't restocking it, so I'll actually have to get an answer about that because can't discontinue the greatest product of all time. What do you think about the REA mouse? I mean, it has potential to be interesting, but I don't think it's really gonna shake up the game. You've been enjoying the booting? I've not, like, since I got it, I've basically, there's no reason for me to use another keyboard. I think you're gonna get it and be like, wow, this is the best keyboard. Imagine switching your mouse for each game, new level of schizo. Could be me, could be me. Lamzu Atlantis has bad QC. The scroll wheel is not good. It's unfortunate that you feel that way. Do you ever use the first war padsmith? At this point, it's not really in my main rotation. Is the HEX not as good for fingertip? The HEX is. It definitely is like top tier. Not a huge fan of the shape, but it totally works. HES 4K versus Classic, worth waiting 2 weeks extra. I mean, it's also paying a lot more. It just comes down to if you want that feeling of 4K hertz. But I would say like the G-Wolf's battery situation, it feels even worse than Razer. So I would say like settling for 1K hertz, it's not going to do you too bad. Yo, what is up, Pinch? How's it going? What mice are similar to the Atlantis Mini? The Ninjutsu Sora is kind of close. X2 Mini isn't too similar. What case do you have your booting in? I have it in the Blade 60. Have you seen those leaks for GPX2? Yeah, I actually did make a video covering them. Most of them aren't real. The only thing that is confirmed is the USB-C, like the shell with the USB-C cutout. But I don't even know if that's for a new mouse or like a refresh. The 4K hertz on Death Hour battery life was horrible? Yeah, no, it is really bad. But G-Wolf seems like it dies even quicker. Lamzu Mini or X2 Mini? Personally, I prefer the X2 Mini, but especially with the Board Z edition, people are going to say that is biased. I would say the Lamzu Mini shape works a bit better for claw grip. Lamzu Atlantis Mini or the normal one? Normal one's a bit large and bulky, but it just comes down to your hand size. BTL grips completely lost their grip after a few months. Is that normal? Yeah. I don't know how long you can expect the just standard rubber grip tape to take on like the grime being gripped constantly. Appreciate that, Pinch. Do you think Death Hour V3 wired is good? But don't want to pay price. Yeah, that's basically exactly what I said in my review of the mouse, so I would go for it. Do you know when we can expect Artisan Zero/Saturn Pro in stores? Like in just a standard store like Best Buy or Micro Center? I would not hold your breath on that, especially Artisan. They're available in Japanese stores, but I don't think they plan to expand beyond that. Lamzu Mini doesn't feel small. I mean, it's definitely still kind of like a wide mouse, but it's definitely small. Could go smaller though, I get that. What's your favorite mouse in terms of feel? Probably the Viper Mini Signature Edition. Do you have any issues with the Atlantis Mini's battery? Not too many that I noticed when I was like putting the bulk of my time on it. But some people do have issues with the Pulsar and Lamzu batteries, so I don't know what that comes down to. Just order Artisan online? Yeah, exactly. That's my recommendation. Have you heard anything about the ARM series of Artisan pads? It's just a troll. People always get excited about it, but Artisan's not making any new type of mouse pads, man. Saturn Pro worth it over normal Saturn? I would say like it's a better pad, yes, but it's probably not worth the weight, and there's also the price difference. So like if you want a cloth pad, I would just go with a normal Saturn now. New batches of Pulsar Mini X fixed clicking. The next batch, I presume, will be using the same mold that the special editions did because they're actually out of stock right now. Wish Artisan made desk mats. I love the Artisan pads. They're just smaller. I mean, the 490 by 420 size, I'd say is good enough for like 99% of people. But yeah, the fact it's just hard for him to make desk mats with pour on it, especially like flat shipping it. Is it bad to have your window sensitivity at 11 out of 11? Yeah, it's like psychopathic behavior, but it's not necessarily bad. How's the Zowie GSR? I mean, it's just a complete mud pad. If you're looking for, I mean, even if you're just looking for a mud pad, I wouldn't recommend it at this point, this day and age. Are skates worth it on the Superlight? I would recommend having some type of mouse skates. Yeah, BTL skates, Tiger Ice skates, less than $10. Pretty good investment. You think Artisan's ever gonna make desk pads? Probably not. Should I buy V2 Pro or the Superlight? Compared to those mice, feels like around a year ago, probably less than a year ago. If you want something a bit bulkier, fills out your hand more, go with the Superlight. If you want something flatter, get the V2 Pro. 4K hertz, something to consider as well. God, that guy's spamming that question. I set a bad precedent by answering it. It's definitely good enough for gaming. I just like the full desk mat aesthetics. I get that. Any pads similar to the GameSense Radar? Saturn in a way. Odin Andromeda, I think, as well, is the pad's name. But really, the Radar, if you're looking for a new one, I think they have pre-orders for a new design. Keep up the shocking reviews, man. It's helped me out of a mouse crisis. Appreciate that, man. Thanks to the Fortnite kid perspective. See, that's the goal. Help out the Fortnite kids. Is the ES2 similar to the Saturn Pro? Not really. They are on different realms of cloth pads, just in terms of surface feeling, but performance-wise, it's I'd say it's like they're not too different. Mud pad, you don't recommend QCK heavy either? Not really. It's just not a high quality option. Think an Artisan desk mat would be really expensive? Yeah, maybe Lethal Gaming Gear will make like a Saturn Pro desk mat. It uses the same pour on. Fuck, I missed a comment. Have a nice life. I appreciate that. Perfecto PUBG. Thoughts on QCK Heavy? Reviewed it a while ago. Opinions on the HTX 4K? Definitely a top option. Gonna be dropping my review of it tomorrow. But I mean, it does seem like they just not cut a lot of corners, but this is like a mouse that was made just like with the lightest weight in mind. Any plans on shaving? I have no idea. I'm riding this out until I have a better beard than Bad Seed Tech. Any GSR clones you would recommend? I'd say like a GameSense Radar. I would recommend that over a GSR. Do you play some low sense games while testing mice? Like slow paced TAC FPS, not with every mouse. I do play Valorant occasionally, but not putting hours into ranked every day. I do like clicking scenarios though. Do you ever feel you aim better in winter than in summer, and summer a pad just feels sticky? Well, that's because you're leaving these comments about using mud pads, and then you're like, my pads feel sticky in summer, because you're using these dense-ass pads, and there's humidity affecting them. So you definitely should use a pad that's less affected by humidity, and that will not be a problem. Peace out, Finch. Thank you for stopping by. Do you play COD? I had MW2 installed. I bought the release for some reason, but the other day actually I just deleted it. How did you get good at Fortnite? It was, well, I used to play for the first 2 years of Fortnite. I was on a controller, and then like right after World Cup, I switched to keyboard and mouse, sunk a lot of hours into Kovacs, and just played it a lot. That is generally a way to go about doing things. Adjustable sensor placement should be normalized. It could be interesting. I don't know. It's like kind of gimmicky. I feel like just having a good sensor position to begin with like gets you most of the way there. But it could be something. I wonder if customizable mice will be the future. Use this cheap pad. Why does my mouse head suck? Yeah, it's basically a question. I rage quit COD 2. It's trash. Yeah, this, like the skill-based matchmaking in that game, it's just like you start out in bot lobbies, you do well, and then you're just put in the most disgusting lobbies. Beard game getting strong. It's probably the 100th beard. 100. Yeah, I had it right. 100th beard comment. I don't know how I feel about that. Kovac versus AimLab. Which one and why? AimLab, it seems like they have a lot of integration with like real games like Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege. Just there's so much shit going on AimLab. Kovacs is just like it's the man's aim trainer. You know, you load up Kovacs, you click into the scenario you want to play, and you just go about your day. It feels like AimLab is just, I don't know. Anybody who's used both probably gets what I'm saying, though. AimLab is free, though, which is something to consider. It's the best mouse for competitive FPS games. I would say Death Adder V3 Pro is up there. Top flagship options. Razer, Logitech. Plenty of good $33.95 mice, under $100 as well. Last COD I bought was MW 2019. Proud of myself. Yeah, I didn't even play that on PC, which I heard was like a decent game. And I only bought this one because all my friends were, and I regretted it. But FPS drought was in just a crisis. Justifiable swap from the Serapad Kin to the Skypad. I mean, if you want something a bit like faster and different from the Serapad Kin, sure. Seems like you're already in the glass pad pilled. Do you think Venus Pro is good for Apex Legends? Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's like a solid option. Is the HTX good for relaxed claw grip for a bit smaller hands? The thing with the HTX, like, I don't know, because your hands are a lot smaller than mine, but it's just not a shape that really, like, I can't get it in the back of my palm for claw grip. You see how it just, like, kind of slips out? The hump profile on it's kind of weird, because it's just a small mouse that isn't high profile. It's a bit flat. But, could definitely work based on your hand size and grip. I have $50. What mouse should I buy? What's the best $50 mouse? Are these like bot comments, or does everybody just have $50 to buy a mouse? I'd just say like a Rochi V2. Have you tried IEMs for gaming? I have on multiple occasions. I feel like it's a psyop. I can't get behind it. Is there a leak for when the normal Viper Bay wireless will be released? On Reddit, Razer reps said the summer, but there's not anything hard confirmed. Atlantis Mini or XM2 Wii? Just literally comes down to what size you're going to prefer. If you want the standard XM1 size, get the XM2 Wii. If you want a smaller version, get the Mini. First impressions for the XJ03? I mean, I don't even know. I literally unboxed it on this stream. I don't even know how the fucking hot swap integration works. I'm going to have to like test it out after this stream, but first impressions are it's interesting. Like the shape feels solid, kind of like a G703 in the back. Any info on the light for X-Lite? Info on the weight for the X-Lite V3? No, I don't. How's the GSRC Rouge? It's good. I did a review of it. It's not a like top pad, all factors considered though. GPX Superlight or Death Adder V3? For me personally, it's the Death Adder V3. Is the HTX better in the Final Mouse 10's medium? I don't know. I need to compare them like head to head. I would say like if you're happy with your 10s, you might like you don't need to upgrade. But if you want something a bit smaller, could consider it. Collab with our Lord and Savior RJN. I just don't think he really necessarily likes me enough to do that, but I would love to. Yo, Badookum with the 5 Great British Pounds. 5 quid. Appreciate that, man. Currently using the red Superlight as my main. Think Logitech will release an updated Superlight V2. I mean, I think they're bound to at some point. I just don't know when, though. There is that leak of the shell with the USB-C cutout, but I just don't know if they're going to release like a completely new mouse. Appreciate the 5 quid, though. The red Superlight. Crazy colorway. What's the best GPX mousepad? The best mousepad for the GPX. We've reached peak schizophrenia. I would say like Lethal Gaming Gear Mercury, $15 is the best pad under 20. Might be some other ones I'm missing though. Lambsuit Atlantis Mini in black already out? Yeah, they did one release of it in black already. Have you tried Death Error V3 Faker Edition? Apparently it has a different coating. I haven't tried the Faker, but I tried the Death Error V3 Wired, which I can confirm has the same different coating. And I did a review of that as well. Can your mouse be shipped in India? I don't know if it's available in India, shockingly. You need an update on the shocked emoji tattoo? Complicated, but still in the works. Thoughts on Light Force switches? Do you prefer them over Omrons in the GPX? I mean, I haven't tried them in the GPX. I only tried them on the G502X, and it's not like a one-to-one shell feeling. I'm interested in how Logitech implements them in whatever updated flagship mouse they make, though. I don't have too much of an opinion on them yet. Where's Bruce Lee? Not in the room with us right now. Yo, Fatal Error Gaming. How's it going, man? Starlight giveaway winner. Got that shipped out. Should be getting that any day now. Shout out Max Gaming. Slipped on LGG and Pulsar. Let's go, man. Shout out to Max Gaming. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I missed the drop, so unfortunate. I'm like, hey, don't worry, blood. There's still some units at Max Gaming. Will you get the board team house blessed by a priest? I need to get it blessed by a zebra. I could definitely look it up. Does anybody know if there's a zebra in the Bronx Zoo? I might need to see what I can do about that. See if I can get an exclusive one-on-one interview with the zebra. Do you think you're the best mouse reviewer? In spirit, absolutely. Do you like any resistance in mouse clicks? Like a heavy click? Not. I don't like it to be too heavy, but there's definitely something to like a light and sharp click that I like the feeling of. What's better, Pulsar, Boardsy, or Frank P? I mean, I think we all know the answer to this. Go to the zoo? Yeah, a zoo vlog would be crazy. Letting animals chew my mouse, getting canceled for, like, polluting. Timu with the €5. How's the Pulsar ESG pad? It's really nice. I've had it for a few months now. I've wanted to just put time on it. Because see if it, like, wears down over time, and it really hasn't. The alpha cell base also hasn't seemed to lose its stickiness, which was something I was concerned about. And yeah, it kind of just feels like a GSRC in terms of the surface, a bit different in terms of softness and the base feeling. But yeah, I'd say it's a good cloth pad. I don't know when they're going to restock it, though. Give me some pads that are faster than the Artisan Zero. I mean, any type of hybrid pad, like a Hien, Hayateotsu, Raiden, Aqua Control, but yeah. Favorite back exercise? I'm a big rower. Big into rowing. Do you still use the 390Hz Acer? No. 1440p 360Hz from Asus, the AQN panel. It is the truth. I've never thought I was actually using a monitor that's like a top tier monitor until I got this one. No, I've never heard of Dan UCD. Not using the LG OLED anymore? Any shocking thoughts about it? Yeah, I mean, it's shocking how bad it is, honestly. I mean, it's not like... The monitor itself, it looks beautiful. Motion clarity is pretty shit. 240 hertz. It's just like, after using 360 hertz for years, you can definitely notice a difference, so... I don't know, just... Unfortunately, things didn't work out between me and that monitor. Best small mouse, on your opinion? Definitely, like, best small mouse, just pick one small mouse to use for the rest of my life. Viper Mini Signature Edition. But top tier options, there's the X2 Mini, G-Wolf's HTX 4K, Lamzu Atlantis Mini, even the Starlight Small. Have you seen the Optimum Tech video? I have indeed. How can you read chat so fast? I mean, I can read whatever's on my screen, but I can't read every message, which is where I fall short. It's like, I can just talk constantly reading a message I see, but I can't get every message, which is just so tragic. Does the EC2 wireless have anything over Death Error V3 Pro? Honestly not. Like, it just doesn't, and it's basically the same price. Do you still recommend the SkyPad 3.0? Yeah, I mean, it's a good glass pad. Head-to-head with the Super Glide pad, I don't know if it's better, but it's just like both of them are good options, pretty much the same price. Is 1440p versus 1080p worth the frame loss in competitive FPS? I haven't noticed too drastic of a frame loss. And especially, like, Which competitive FPS are you talking about? Because games like Valorant and CS are easy as fuck to run. Like even Fortnite, I'm not noticing much of an FPS drop, but things that are harder to run, I'm not sure if it'll be worth it. But I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of hard for me to go back to 1080p. Viper Main feels too small, and I can't grip it firmly. Should I get Super Light or X2? Um, I mean, if you either are gonna work. I would say X2 is gonna be a more like easy. It's a similar shape to adjust to, but can't go wrong with the Super Light. Yo, what is up, Toxic? I'm still a mod. Yeah, I've never gone through and cleared out the mods. Zebra PC case collab in the future. Not my first thought for another Zebra product, but I never say never. Things harder to run. 2042. I saw that was on sale, and I was thinking about picking it up, and then I was like, do I really want to do this to myself? And I decided against it. Do you hear about GPX Superlight LOD problems? I don't think there really are any. Most people just fuck up the LOD by replacing the mouse gates without taking off both layers. I'd say for Apex, yeah, Apex was a game that I was like, I'm not too sure on how the performance would be affected, but it would go from max to around 180 FPS, huh? It's hard to run 240 in every comp stacked endgame. Well, yeah, no, in Fortnite, my FPS drops super low in like actually stacked games. Do you play Overwatch? If so, what are your favorite heroes? I mean, I tried it out for, I'd say, a few weeks when Overwatch 2 dropped. I was just running DPS and Junkrat when I was trolling. When is HTX 4K review coming out? Tomorrow. And Razer Atlas? I don't know. I would say before the end of the month, but possibly early next month. It just depends on when my unit gets here from Amazon. What's the name of the black Razer mouse on your table? This one is the Viper Mini Signature Edition. Pretty dope. Are the autistic videos you used to make still up on your channel the ones from the early days? Most of them are. Like all of my original uploads, like most of my original uploads, like even pre-Model O video are still up. Haven't been in a live since your old room? I got banned from streaming on YouTube for like years at a time. Did Zebra Mouse drop? It did, and it sold out on Pulsar and Lethal Gaming Gear, but as you can see in the pinned comment of the stream, it's still available on Max Gaming, so shocking. Who'd win a beard competition? I mean, I still feel like it has to be any one of those guys besides me at this point, but give me some time. I'm going to shock the world. High FPS is especially important in Fortnite because you look around very fast. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think anybody can run like over 200 FPS like stacked at the end of the game. The game is just gonna naturally feel like shit. Love your videos, buddy. Appreciate that, man. You use a palm grip, I recommend Death Air V3. I second that advice. Thoughts on Jeeble's 4K HTS mouse? It's a good offering, especially the newer batches. They've gotten the quality together a bit better. I'm going to compare it to the HTX, which is just a different shape. It's a lighter mouse from G-Wol's, also 4K hertz, tomorrow, actually. Review of the Pulsar grips when? A few weeks. They don't come out until around this time next month, I'm pretty sure. So I just want to get more time on them, make sure they don't wear down, just get some more detailed opinions. But so far, they are the real deal. I heard about the 500 hertz 1080p. Some of the whale said he wasn't loving it. I don't know if he actually has the panel though, but I might check it out, but I might not. I might just stick with this monitor. 500 hertz is weird though. Like I can't think of any situation where I'm really gonna be noticing that a lot besides like aim training. Sim 2, do you ever pull it out? Not too often. Model OT review? I ordered it. It's coming any day now. Gonna do a review on the Lamzu Thorn? Of course, Lamzu is gonna send me that one. HTX made seal of approval? Gotta wait to see. 500 hertz for one game? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like 360 is a bit better. Again, 1440p as well. Or is that monitor still only available in like China? Oh, what do you think about Extrafy mice? Because I don't see any on your desk. They're just not top tier offerings. Like they could make pro versions of their mice that would be better, but I just don't think they've really kept up with the current market. Yeah, not many, Lucas. Remember you had stuff written on your mouse pad? That's the OG days. Since when did you grow a beard? I haven't shaved in like 3 weeks probably, so sometime in that time. Do you remember that shitty blue wireless mouse? I do, man. Did Vance or Gretza get seal of approval? It did not. I hold mouse like Shroud does, and I have the same size as him, but I can't afford his mouse. Well, man, you just gotta save up so you can be like Shroud. There really is not any similar mice, though. How's the Pulsar at ES2? It's good. Review coming soon on it. Similar to a GSRSE, but a bit higher quality. Really good, like, stitching and base. And I've been using it for a while, and it hasn't worn down, so it seems like a good cloth pad in that regard. What switches do you use on your keyboard? It's a Wooting 60HE, so it's called the Lecker switches. Do you think older mice have better shapes? Not really. But then again, I didn't grow up using old mice, so it makes sense that I feel like what I'm used to is a more natural shape. Yeah, I don't know how that guy was just spamming for like 10 minutes straight about the whatever the fuck he was spamming about. Thoughts on the Harp Ace? I would just recommend watching my review of it. Haven't really touched it much since then. Zebra Gang just ordered mine. Let's go. God bless. Mic a bit low? It shouldn't be. It should not be a bit low. What's your top 3 mice right now? That's a good question. See, Deathfire V3 Pro has to be in there. Viper Mini Signature Edition. And then... I don't know what my third option would be. Should make a video on that. V3 Pro versus Vaxi? I just think V3 Pro kind of clears it in every way. Some people are very bought into the Vaxi experience, though. Thoughts on Endgame Mini Mouse releasing in April? I don't see it happening, but I would love to be surprised. Stock or core pads for Atlantis Mini? I'd say just use the stock, and if you have a problem with them, you can upgrade, but I don't think you really will need to. We'll be getting the Ponent Stormbreaker. I should be getting a review unit of that whenever they're ready. Shroud G303 used on Amazon for $70. True, Shroud Mouse guy. Get that. Tons of people return them brand new. That's true, because they don't like the shape, so I just return it. Is turning on angle snapping in mouse software bannable in FPS? That honestly just might be the dumbest question I've got in this entire stream. Why would that be bannable? That would be like, is turning up your DPI a bannable offense? Is mouse excel bannable? Like, no. Thank you so much. I was literally about to spam till you answered my question. JK. Oof. The spamming is no joke. Spamming trauma. Angle snapping equals motion sync. No, angle snapping just means like when you it just makes your lines straighter, essentially. X-Lite V2 Mini and Viper Ultimate at the same price. Which one should I get? Oof, that's an interesting question. If you want like a smaller, I'd just say it comes down to the shape you prefer. But if the game detects your moves are a bit too flat, it should be so sus and bannable? Question mark. What are you even saying? Like, no, like you are not going to get banned for using angle snapping. Maybe I need to make a TikTok saying that you will. This dude is geeking. It's insane to say. It's better for Saturn Pro, soft or X-Soft? The old one was X-Soft, but now they just introduced another option. I would say if you have any concern that X-Soft will be too soft, just go with soft. Is 1440p 360Hz the truth? It is the full truth and nothing but the truth. How many hertz will the Lamsey Thorn be? I'm pretty sure it'll be 1,000, but maybe they'll surprise us with 4K. Yeah, 1440p 360Hz is just the best monitor, no doubt. XM1R side buttons suck, and you know it. Can't really think about them off the top of my head. The XM2 ones are solid, though. I can wait for 4K 360 Hz OLED. I can't wait for 4K 360 Hz OLED and glossy screen. I don't. That's gonna be. Wonder how many years we are away from that. Are you excited about Pulsar's 2023 releases? Of course. I don't know when they're gonna come out, but all of the options seem pretty good. What's up with the grips? Testing new Pulsar grips? Yeah, exactly. They're probably won't have a review on them for a few weeks, but they're quite grippy, similar to like old badminton grips, and yeah. Do you notice a difference between 4K and 1K hertz during gameplay? Yes. Pretty clear difference, but it's not like something where I'll die with 1K hertz and be like, oh, if I only had 4K hertz, I would have came out of there on top. Since when does 1440p 360 hertz exist? This monitor has been out for, I'd say maybe 5 months now, like a decent amount of time. Is motion sync worth it to turn on? Yeah, it comes turned on by default with most 3395 mice, so. Is your spirit animal zebra? I guess. I never knew it was, but like, when you put it like that, it probably is. Do your grips pick up dust? Yeah, that's one thing I was like, that's the reason I've been using them, but as you can see, like, so far, there's not too much. Like, you might see literally 1 or 2 specks of dust, but it's not like they're, like, nasty at all. But I have not even had them for a week yet, so that's the reason I'm testing them. How do I get rolls in Discord? I'll probably just give them to you later. Do you think you can ever go back to 1080p? I mean, I could probably, but I wouldn't want to go back to that as my main. Like, this is just more pleasant in every way. And a lot of people tweak out about the difference between, like, 24 and 27 inches on a monitor. I just don't think it's that serious. Do you think a pad like Raiden is too fast to attack FPS games? It could be. I don't think it's really advantageous, but I think if you have, like, good enough aim, you could easily make it work. How do the grips do with sweat? I haven't noticed any issues yet, but as I use them more, I'll get a better understanding of that. When is your X2 shipping out? Depending on the retailer you got it from. Some of them have shipped out already. Is that a Viper V2 Pro? This one in the back is a V2 Pro. Have you seen Optimum Tech mouse? I did. Best mouse pad for Apex. I don't know, maybe like a Ian, Lethal Gaming Gear Venus, Aqua Control, just something fast. Are optical switches the best? Only in terms of like double click reliability. But I mean, they're still like mechanical mouse switches are perfectly fine in my opinion. Are you about to release an HTX review? Yeah, tomorrow. Ideally. Worst case scenario Monday, but it should definitely be tomorrow. When will the Viper Mini Plastic get released? The wireless one? Nobody really knows. The summer is what it's looking like. What about your monitor review? That's coming. I just didn't know like how I wanted to, what I wanted to do. Like a review of the monitor or a video talking about my monitor crisis. Video talking about why I returned the LG OLED. But, so I just wanted to like keep using this one. Not enough shocking mice on your desk? Please add more. Yeah, next stream I'll have like 50 mice on the desk. Have you ordered a VGN Dragonfly? No, I think Mech Keys will just send me one when it's ready. What happened to the llama plushie? It's just in a different room. Are you sticking with 240 Hz? No, I returned that shit. This is 1440p 360. Opinion on Stormbreaker? Doesn't seem too crazy, but like magnesium mouse from Ponage, like what's the worst it could be, I guess. What mouse should I get? You should get the Board Z mouse, man. Fucking linked in the pinned comment. Go cop it. You think difference between 240 and 360 is a noticeable jump? Absolutely. Especially if you get a good 360 hertz panel. When's the HTX review coming out? Tomorrow, man. 20 by 10 hand size. Which mouse should I get for claw grip? Really, with that hand size, world is your oyster. It's just going to come down to what style of shape you prefer. Like something with a nice back hump. You could get Death Adder V3 Pro, be a basic person, get a GPX, get a smaller mouse. Now that's a question I want to answer. What about Aaron Rodgers to the Jets? That is That was crazy when I saw it. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but the fact that he's going to be a Jet, that's a lot better than having Zach Wilson at QB. LGG Mercury is such a good pad for a price. Yeah, for $15, it's hard to beat. Any thoughts on changing sensor rotation in raw Excel? That's like more schizo than most things that people do to adjust mouse input, but maybe it will make people a god aimer. Will there be another boards event? Yeah, this summer, July 8th. So like very similar to the time of the year I did it last year. Bigger and better than before. Same place. So very based. You made your own mouse shape. What would it look like? I don't know, but maybe you'll find out. This making my own mouse thing. It's inspired me to want to make my own shape. Go from the ground up. Do zebras taste good? I don't know if they're eaten like in any cultures. Do any cultures eat zebras? Is that an ignorant question? They shouldn't. Can you put Death Adder V3 close to the camera? Yeah, anything for you, Kahuna Val. What are you trying to see on the mouse? Changing the horizontal sensor alignment really helped with my tracking. Did it really? Like, did you notice improvements in Kovacs scores? Maybe I need to try it. LGG Saturn Pro compared to the Lamsey Energon, just totally different styles of pads, different speeds, a lot more controlled. What was the main reason you returned the LG OLED? Motion clarity, shitty brightness, just it not feeling like a $1,000 gaming monitor, 240 hertz not being as nice as 360 hertz, and just like a lot of things came together and just made it seem like meh. What's the one next to Death Adder V3? This is called the Lenovo M7 Legion. It's not like a top tier FPS mouse, I would say, but it has a lot of interesting features like infinite scroll, third side button, kind of similar to like a G502, the Death Adder shape. Do you know when Heian slows down? Yeah, exactly after you've been using it for 2 years, the mousepad just deteriorates. Nothing you can do about it. Have you seen the new Razer Atlas Glass mousepad? I have, and I should be getting one sometime soon. What monitor do you have? Asus 1440p 360 Hz, the AQN panel. If my computer doesn't get 240 FPS, is it still worth getting 240 Hz? I would say it's more worthwhile to get a better computer so you can actually run 240 than to get a 240 Hz. Which control pad do you recommend? Saturn Pro are my top recommendation. Zero is great as well, of course. Is there an ergo mouse good for fingertip? I just don't think ergo shapes make as much sense for fingertip because they're just so much less even. But I mean, you can pull off a fingertip grip on a lot of ergos. I just think small ampy mice are generally better for it. What mousepad is your main right now? I've been using just lots of Artisan recently, some glass pads as well. I'm just using this one to review it. I put a good amount of time on it with other cloth pads. But yeah, I have been using a super light, especially the custom Zebra one they sent me. I have the Asus 280Hz, love it. I bet the 360 is sick. Yeah, I think I actually got the 360 because they put it at the price that the 280 is. Like, I got this monitor for $750, and I saw it's the price of the 280 one on Amazon, but yeah, 361, I'm pretty sure it's just like better. Razer Glasspad review when? Hopefully before the end of the month. Just matters when I get my unit. Hello from Saudi Arabia. Yo, what's up, man? Shout out to Saudi Arabia. What don't you like about IEMs? It really just comes down to comfort. I'm just don't find them as comfortable. It's like the hype just really doesn't make sense to me with them, but hey, is Deluxe sending you the M800? Pretty sure they will. Good to hear from you live, man. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate that, Jamie. Why is my GPX so sticky? Is it just the coding? 1440p worth over 1080 even with the FPS difference? I would say I am noticing the improvements a lot more than I've noticed an FPS difference. It's just like a way better monitor experience. Have you tried the Poying from Esport Tiger? I have not had too much time to test that pad yet. Like, they sent it to me, but I just haven't put a lot of time on it. I just can't play TAC FPS on 1440? What do you mean by that? Like, why can't you? Think Viper V2 Pro is decent for fingertip? I would say it's decent, but it's just not, like, it's kind of big. But if you have big hands, you can certainly make it work. Do you believe in MMO/MOBA mice? Nah, those are just outside my realm of expertise. What's the difference between Saturn and Saturn Pro? Just watch my Saturn Pro review. I compare them. Best mousepad for gaming, durable and super good. Apex Valorant, Artisan Zero. Have you reviewed the Artisan Zero Mid or have? I had a Zero Classic Mid and I just did not like the feeling of it compared to the Soft and Next Soft. I just feel like it's a pad that plays better with a bit of squish. But I mean, it's like still a usable pad at the end of the day. Glad that your X2 supports the zebras. Now I can call out my parents for hating zebras when they get mad I bought another mouse. Yeah, man, it's just all for charity at the end of the day. Will you ever do Omegle streams? They're banned on YouTube, so definitely not. About a cop of Lenovo Legion 7? I mean, there are no, like, game-breaking QC issues. It's just not like a seal of approval level mouse, in my opinion. Changing from claw to fingertip, any recommendations for a mouse? I'm using GPX Lamzu. I mean, you can try the Lamzu for fingertip, but I'd say like an X2 Mini, good option. Would you get the Faker edition? Probably not. Maybe though, because like that would be a fresh Death Hour V3. What durability on QCK Heavy? It's pretty shit durability. I would say 27 inches Fruco because I feel like 32, then that just gets to be a bit like big for gaming. I think I saw a Lenovo M7 on sale on AliExpress for $20. Dude, Chinese mice are just crazy cheap. Been eyeing the Pulsar X2 Mini. Can you tell me some issues that I should be aware of? Well, the old batches had lots of like click quality issues, but as far as I can tell, those have been generally addressed in the new batch. And just the thing with the shape is it's a very extremely flat on the sides. It's just a blocky feeling shape, and some people prefer mice that have a bit more curves, but I've put a lot of time on it and I've come to enjoy it a lot. You got the Razer Atlas yet? Nah, I didn't. I was really surprised they did not send me a unit of that. Death Hour V3 wired worth, especially if you want to just like test out higher polling rates without shelling out a lot of money. Like just want a good light ergo mouse, high polling rate. Why not? $70. Palm grip goated. Not my main recommendation for grip, but anybody can grip any mouse the way they want to. Extrafy MZ1 or Final Mouse Starlight, in your opinion? I would say Starlight. I was never really bought into the MZ1. My wired units had terrible creaking. The wireless one just wasn't like at the top of the market. Razer told me they only had 10 review units for North American reviewers. Damn, that's even worse. That means they had options and decided against me. Missed out on your mouse. I'm pretty sad about that. Well, as you can see in the pinned comment on the stream, it is still in stock at Max Gaming. So you do not have to be sad. You can still purchase it. How to find my mouse grip. Just look up different mouse grips and see which one makes the most sense. I'll give you a quick rundown. Like, this is what a claw grip looks like. This is what a fingertip grip looks like. Note how none of my hand besides my fingertips is touching a mouse. Then for palm grip, it's just like engulf your hand on the mouse. Zerk gaming mods have stock? True. Found out one of my friends uses his thigh for a mouse pad. That's pretty crazy. Charcoal black. I mean, it's just a Lamzu Mini with a bit better of a coating. Have you seen Choice Grip? I have. There's some crazy lore behind his grip. Wireless, lighter, simply slightly smaller equivalent of the G502? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there is one. I was going to say that Glorious one, but I think that's a wired mouse. Would you rate the Hottie S? The 4K Hottie S Plus is a really good mouse. Standard Hottie S wired, not so much anymore. Lamzu Mini, Ninjutsu Sora, XM2 Wii. I would say Lamzu Mini if you want a small mouse, but the XM2 Wii is probably the highest quality offering of those options. How's the durability on the new Hayato 2? No problems with it. When will Logitech stop milking the GPX? That's a question that only God knows the answer to. Zero mid is good. No, it's kind of mid, unironically. It's my least favorite type of the zero. Zero soft or X soft in durability. It's like such a rude question. Like not even a question mark. I'm not answering that. Yo, thoughts and prayers with the $5. Appreciate that, man. Sorry I'm late. You probably answered this, but thoughts on the HTX? Just got my HTX 4K and I'm loving it so far. I wish it had a better shape for claw grip. That was like one thing. It's a small mouse that I don't know. I'm just the shape is the one thing I didn't really love. I was able to fix it with some grip tape though. I feel like that it's a mouse that calls for grip tape, and the clicks. I did have a lot of post travel rather, which was a bit of an issue, but like 40-gram mouse, 4K hertz polling rate in use, it's actually pretty crazy. But I did have an issue like spamming the clicks. Starlight clone for 40 USD. What's that even asking? Like, I don't think one exists, especially not anything good. What games are you playing these days? Fortnite, Aim Trainers, of course, the big two. A bit of Valorant, just like with friends and shit, in preparation of the upcoming, like CS release. Does keyboard speed matter in Fortnite? I would say if there's any game where it does matter, it probably would be Fortnite. Obviously, like Osu as well. Do you ever get your hand stuck under any of your mice? All the time, man. No CSGO. Nah, not really. I don't play the original CS. What CS release? I mean, there's just been crazy rumors about CS2. Yo, Liski with the PLN 5. I don't know what type of currency that is, but I appreciate 5 of those, man. Build or no build? Build. Like, no build is... No build Fortnite is probably the worst BR ever. Like, I don't understand how people really enjoy that. It's just like there's so little depth to it. But, you know, did bring back some people to the game. Would you try CS2 on stream? I mean, there's a chance I stream it, but just streaming games, especially like... I mean, I wouldn't say it's a really intensive game, but streaming games off single PC is just so bad. I just don't know what to do about that. Do you ever use Vaxi mice? Not a super often outside of my reviews. PLN equals Polish zloty. Oh, I figured they would use a euro. That's you learn something new every day. Just soft is more consistent than Xsoft. True. Have you ever modded your mouse? Yeah, on many occasions. I've made lots of videos on mouse mods. G703 Superlight when? I don't know. You gotta tell Logitech to hurry up and make one, man. Do you play Apex Legends? Nah, I couldn't really get into it with the new season. I thought I could, but then it was like similar to every time I tried Apex. I was like, okay, back to Fortnite. Hey Boards, yeah, just bought GSR mousepad. Did I make the right decision? You did not, man. Thoughts on the Vaxi XE? Watch my review. I reviewed the wireless version pretty recently. Should I switch to Death Hour V3 Pro? When the V2 Pro came out, I was like maining that, and then I got the Death Hour V3 and like fell in love with that. So I would say it's not a bad option if you don't mind spending another $150 on a mouse. Have you noticed the crazy sensor angle? Yeah, I did notice that, Jamie. It's definitely something that it's like a reason why people love them so much. Death Hour V3 wired or Lamzu Atlantis for tryharding / esports? I mean, I'd say if you don't mind the wire, the Death Hour V3 is a better buy, higher polling rate, like technically better performance. But yeah, it just comes down to what you want. Are you a glass skate type of person? Not really. I mean, I'm liking them a lot on the Viper Mini Signature Edition, and there might be, like, I might try, like, the new version of the Super Glides, but I definitely don't put them on every mouse. What are your expectations for the standard Mini Wireless? Just low to mid 50-gram range, basically the same as the Viper V2 Pro, just with the Viper Mini shape. 8K polling makes my frames decrease. How can I improve this setting? By lowering it to 4K hertz polling. Did you see Optimum's Tech's new video? Yeah, I did. That was a pretty cool video. He could try something like the like G-Wolf's HSK Pro, which is obviously a different shape, but it's like it's a full mouse pretty much the same way. And I did try a mod similar to that, but it was wired from this guy who made a crazy like M2K mod. How's the Death Hour V3 holding up? It's holding up well. I mean, I do get like the first time I squeeze it, I get a little bit of a creak, but it's like nothing that there's like actually a problem with the shell integrity. How long you been live for? An hour and 49 minutes. I was just about to end stream honestly in a few minutes here. Any idea when we'll see another Viper Mini Signature Edition drop? No idea, man. I'm honestly surprised that they haven't done another one at this point. They've still only sold like 1,300 units in like a month and a half. Yeah, going to order that Boardsy edition soon. Let's go, man. Huge W. I'm an Australian viewer, which means I shouldn't be awake. Yo, shout out to Australia, the homeland of Zyrakoa. I'm doing good, man. I would be better if I was in Australia, though. Shout out to Australia. Are super glides really worth 3 times the price tag over Tiger Eyes? No. Yo, Liski with another 5 Polish shit. I forgot what it was called already. The Polish currency. Appreciate that, man. What's your opinion on 3D printed custom mice like Zankuning M1K clone? What do you mean by this? Like a Piranha Mouse Mods mouse? I don't think his M2K, his like M1K clone is anything crazy. I love listening to Boardman answer the dumbest questions ever. It's part of the stream, you know. There's gonna be some lovely questions and then some less lovely questions. Vote to keep the beard. Makes you look more mature. I'll take that into account. But yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna be all for this stream. Just it was a lovely stream, typical streaming activities. Answered many questions, answered many of the questions multiple times. But yeah, that's gonna be all. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. Appreciate all the super chats. HSK or HTX review tomorrow, and just lots of content coming for the rest of the month. So stay tuned. If you haven't gotten the Boardsy mouse already, fucking still available. A few units on Max Gaming. I'm 20 years old. Log. That is the last question I'm going to answer. But yeah, peace out, everybody. It was a epic stream.